that was a pain in the ass. All right, cool. Groovy.
We good?
Cool.
We are good. I just gotta adjust this.
The war zone has started.
It has. Mm-hmm. What's new? What's new with the war zone?
East San Jose. They start getting their shipments of brown paper fireworks at the beginning of June, and it doesn't stop until the beginning of August. So it's just explosions the whole time.
All right. Well, fucking.
You gotta know a guy that knows a guy that knows a guy.
Oh, that's my DM screen. That's my DM screen blocking. I can see all my rules for JT's next shenanigans. Whatever JT's gonna do to screw up my rotation again.
What happens?
All right.
Usually what happens.
What'd I do with my notebook? All right, welcome everyone. It's good to see you guys. For those of you, look at that. We got 4 viewers already. This is Pathfinder. This is Bagman Gaming. Brought to you by Crypto Comics. Crypto Comics is your #1 resource for online comic books. I don't know if that's true or not, but it sounded awesome. So go to cryptocomics.com to check them out. They are our sponsors. We have, this is our 6th episode. That guy right there that I clicked the wrong button to fade into, we'll just give him a dramatic fade. That is Crypto Comics Andrew. Player 1, a.k.a. Gore, the Barbarian Dwarf. Say hi to the people, Gore.
Hi people.
Hi, people.
People. Andrew doesn't like people very much.
And next up we have
Andrew does fine with people.
Next up we have the very arrogant, very Legolas-like elvish ranger type. That is Jesse.
Legolas wishes he was like this guy.
Yeah, right. And then of course we have the chaotic evil / chaotic good / we don't know what we are. Dwarvish healer mom. Tesla. Say hi to the people, Tesla. And this is our resident halfling barbarian angry little ball of just justice right there. Just a little ball of justice, Casey. Say hi to the people, Casey.
Hi.
And last but not least, the wisdom of the party, who gains the wisdom and the knowledge from nature, if you will. This is not far from the truth.
Mm-hmm.
That is JT. JT, say hi to everybody.
Hi.
I'm your GM. I'm JJ Martyr. This is Batman Gaming. It's good to see everybody. We're just going to do a little recap here. Who wants to do the recap? Anyone? Any volunteers?
I don't remember what happened.
I think that he uses that as an excuse every time to not have to do the recap, huh? Let's see.
From what I remember, I was mostly standing on top of a large treasure trove of spoils from having recently saved my party and defeated the monster that was guarding the entrance of the crypt.
None of that
is true. Might be full of shit.
Yeah. Well, and then we set up camp.
Yeah, that's one way of remembering it. How about
that's kind of how a certain group of people remember the Civil War.
That's don't take our flags. Okay, sorry.
Oh my god.
We went dark. We went dark quick, people. All right, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, Casey.
Yes.
All right, give us that recap.
All right, so we found out that Gore is chaotic evil. And he killed our very friendly NPC.
Oh, the wizard.
We don't know if he was friendly. All
He
we
gave us
know is that
coffee.
he's dead.
Damn you, he was friendly.
All we know
He
is
he brought you Starbucks, asshole.
Literally, yeah.
And then we began exploring this crypt that we found under the zombie beaver dam. Yes?
That's
I
pretty
don't know
much
if anything else happened. I was drinking.
Pretty much how I described it.
Yeah, in other words, JT's dwarvish druid saved the day and defeated the evil monster. Are you painting something right now, JT?
Through the powers of nature, I was able to save everyone.
JT, is that an orc mini? Share that with the group. Let's get that closer to your camera. Get that way close. Just
Oh,
zoom,
it's only I'm
zoom
just
that little bitch in
currently,
there.
right about
He's the
there.
boys, orc boys.
This, yeah,
Orc,
I'm
orc,
just
orc,
putting down the
orc.
bases. It's all just base right now.
Right
Cool.
on, right on. The talent of this group is unparalleled, people. Unparalleled. I'm telling you. Well, yeah, I'm trying to keep changing cams. Am I not supposed to? I'm hoping I can change cams. That's kind of... Anyways, so here we are. We have defeated the zombie beavers. There are no more zombie beavers threatening us. We have uncovered the dwarvish tomb. We have delved down into the depths of the dwarvish tomb, in which we've seen all sorts of skeletons and remains of goblins that have been thwarted by the traps that were protecting the tomb.
Like that.
And as we went down several levels into the tomb, we found a large room that is filled with etchings on the walls, reliefs. These reliefs that are telling the story of this particular tomb and this particular dwarf and what occurred there. What we found out was, because JT's dwarf was very wise in the ways of dwarvish lore, we found out that this was the tomb of, or the prison for a giant god. And the giant god had basically destroyed the dwarves. And so what we have are all of these really intricate reliefs across this room in a circle all the way around this room. So anybody that's historical in nature or that has any desire can try to decipher some of these.
Yeah, this
If
is
you
what I'm
want.
good at.
That's what he's good at, he says.
First of all, I'd like to ask, what is it carved into? Is it on a wooden surface, a stone surface? Is it a relief?
Stone
On
reliefs.
Something else?
Stone relief.
Okay. Would this constitute unusual stonework?
It is unusually well crafted stonework, but
Okay.
an artiste could do this. It's not necessarily
Okay.
magical in nature.
Okay, but it is still considered unusual considering where it's at.
Yeah, I mean, potentially.
Okay.
You guys didn't have any knowledge of this there?
All right. And then my next question to that is, you said this is a dwarf story.
Yes.
Okay.
However, as you look at the reliefs on the wall, the dwarf story, it is showing some significant characters. We talked about this a little bit. You know that the dwarves, there's a dwarf by the name of Bjorn Rockcrusher that back in the day pretty much kicked the giants' butts.
I'm
And
aware.
yeah. He was pretty much the man. And the giants, in a last-ditch effort to defeat him, one of the giant princesses transformed herself into a dwarvish female. And she seduced him. She got him hung up on the, she did what she did. And she had a half-dwarf, half-giant baby, and that was Murgus, who named himself Murgus Dwarfbane. And Murgus destroyed the dwarfs. And you guys see this on these reliefs that are throughout this whole thing. And what we see in one relief is the birth of this dwarvish king. And this dwarvish king, we would need some sort of history or lore check to find out exactly who he is.
That's why I was asking all of that information. I have because I am specifically a lore keeper, and my perception of unusual stonework will put my knowledge at a +14.
Ooh, look at you. So you just basically, you know, can smoke a joint and just take some time to get yourself a decent roll on your knowledge. You're pretty sharp about all this. Of course, you know, any dwarf that doesn't know what you're about to tell them is probably just a chaotic evil, you know, barbarian. You know,
whose opinion still matters.
Does it though? Does it?
He needs his equal attention.
14 plus 19.
Okay.
Oh, what?
Yeah, so you got us all figured out there. You know what's going on here. So this dwarvish king that was born, his name was Orson Irontoe.
Oh,
And
my favorite.
Orson Irontoe, as a dwarf, was responsible for gathering all the ancient clans of the dwarves together. He, and oddly enough, his halfling sidekick by the name of Moxie Puddlehopper, who is a renowned hero himself, Casey, which you're aware of, by the way. As soon as you see the relief of Moxie Puddlehopper, you get excited. Because Moxie Puddlehopper is your great-great-uncle twice removed from your brother's, sister's, wife's, father's side. And
which everyone else would know if they listened to my stories.
yeah, he's family. You know Moxie Puddlehopper. And you know, he's a famous hero. So what we know is, according to this relief, Orson has gathered the clans together. And, we're talking about all the ancient dwarf clans. The Badger clan, the Wolf clan, the Raven clan, the Blackfish clan, the Mammoth clan, the Snow Leopards, the Bats, the Bears, the Boars. All the dwarves that came together and they fought this battle against the giants. And you know what happened? Murgus won. Murgus still beat the dwarfs. He was just too powerful. His magic was too strong.
That's not what I've heard.
Yeah, well, I know it's terrible. It's terrible because
the lore master.
I feel like you're also the agent of the group, so. Well,
even the relief right there is labeled CNN, so that relief could be fake news.
Because Gore wants to join up with Morgus.
We just don't know. But for all we know, the party of Murgus was successful. But here's
that makes you happy, Gore. The bad guy won.
Well, here's the kicker: is that this King Orson Irontoe made the ultimate sacrifice to distract this god, this giant god, this half giant god.
He donated his halfling.
Yeah, he did. In a way, as the relief goes further, you see.
We're not doing halfling sacrifice here, Gore.
As the relief goes further, you realize that this Murgus was literally able to control reality around him, and that's why he was so powerful. But Orson Irontoe, the great dwarvish king, tricked him and took on the properties of his boar totem and became a gigantic half beast, half dwarf, just battling whirl of destruction. And he fought Murgus, and reality shuddered. And the whole time he did it, Moxie Puddlehopper snuck up behind him and trapped him in a jar. That's what the relief looks like anyways. The very, very typical, super powerful, reality-bending deity trapped in a jar.
A
By a
jar?
Yes, according to the relief. Anyways, then it shows that the jar was put to rest in this room right here. And then it shows another relief shows Moxie Puddlehopper, being led or being saluted by a whole bunch of dwarves, which was quite the honor for Moxie Puddlehopper. It shows them chaining up Orson Irontoe in his half boar, half dwarf form and imprisoning him because he was just unable to be controlled. He was nothing but rage and anger. And then at the very end, the whole relief is scraped off the wall, and there's a big red X. And it says fake news. No, just kidding. It says MAGA. No, just kidding. There is a big red X across the very bottom far relief, and there's an arrow pointing over to the right. When you look at the arrow, there's a stick figure of what appears to be a goblin holding the jar above his head and a crown above, a crown drawn crudely on the goblin's head.
Fucking goblins.
And that's what you see in this room. So basically, it's really nothing. I mean, it really of no importance. It's just an empty room.
Yeah. Yeah. Picking up what you're throwing down there.
Yeah, essentially, it's nothing. You guys don't have to worry about it. It's not relevant.
Right.
Not relevant to the
Not
story.
relevant at all. I didn't.
So why don't we head back over to the Goblin Town and get some, trash ball
What?
going? Trash ball, anyone?
Right. Go back to collecting garbage.
Yeah, I mean, that's no big deal.
That's all we need to see here, right?
That's it. You guys got it. That was your
So
quest.
this is the end of the this is the end of the way. This is the end of it.
Pathfinder's Pathfinder's
No, I
over.
meant like this. This is the end of the mausoleum, right? There's just walls now.
There is just
No other
walls.
passages.
There is there is a crack and a hole in the far corner beneath the one of the reliefs that looks like someone has tunneled into this area.
Does it look like there was a jar buried in that hole?
No, the jar is in a pedestal in the center of this room. The reliefs surround it.
Oh, so the jar's still there.
The jar is gone.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I say we
jar's
open the
gone.
jar.
Jar's gone.
Car's gone.
This is bullshit.
Can't some of our dwarves figure out stonework? See if there's anything up?
That's what I've been
Magically?
doing the whole time.
Yeah.
Out of 33, I don't think there's anything left to discover. Like, I can't roll higher than a 33. I don't know if Andrew can.
I thought Andrew could do like the detect magic thing though.
No, that's
Andrew's
he
a
can detect
barbarian.
magic. I can.
Also me.
What was mine?
I don't know where you put it.
I thought you
last-
had a
last
thing.
time.
My bad, sorry.
You're
Put it
good.
in the cabinet.
I tried.
Oh,
Yeah,
time.
mine
so
was like
did you.
search for traps or something.
If you really want to open a jar, you can try to open the one on the wall.
The one in the
I think-
picture?
Yeah. I could see Andrew actually trying to do that.
I think.
They're picking on you, Andrew.
Can't the
Bastards.
ranger
What's
also
new?
track? Can't we see if there's any tracks or anything around here?
Ooh.
Yeah, I can do that.
One of the woodlands people.
So, like, looking for what kind of animals or people have been inside the tomb.
You can do that if you want. Just
Yeah, I'll do that.
roll your tracking skill.
19.
Hell yeah.
You're pretty clear in the idea and the concept that the goblins cut their way into this chamber from probably some sort of natural underground area. And when they came across whatever was in this room, whether that be the jar or whatever was on the pedestal, they took it and went to leave, and probably encountered the traps that were meant to keep people out of the tomb in the first place. And that's why you saw so many traps while you were coming down here that just literally were bones. As for the zombie beavers, your guess is as good. I mean, if this jar was a prison for a magical god, then it probably could have affected nature in any number of ways.
I can accept that. Sounds reasonable.
All right, so whatever was in here, obviously goblins. They came in for the jar, they took the jar, and now they've left.
And I'm not even so sure that they knew what it was, unless they can read the dwarven stuff.
Well, they braved zombie beavers.
True.
It seems like they knew what they were in here for, because they painted on the wall and tried to cross out any clue of what they were doing here.
So let's see.
So should we find this jar since it seems to be a little bit important?
Yeah,
I
it would
assume
seem like
goblins.
whatever this jar is, it has a strong correlation towards what's been going on with the world and why we can't seem to really remember what's going on with our lives.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if this god can create and change and alter realities.
Yep.
He
Maybe
got
I'll
it from
find
his
out I have
mama.
children who appreciate me.
All right, but what's in the hole?
How big is
What's in
this
the-
hole?
What's
The
in
hole,
the crack?
the hole is some sort of tunnel that was used to get into this chamber area from some subterranean lure or area. If you're skinny enough, you could squeeze in there and brave it
Elf,
if you would
You wanna
like.
go in there?
See ya, halfling.
The dwarves aren't going to fit in it. The halfling could fit. The elf could
Never even crossed
maybe
my
fit
mind.
as long as it doesn't collapse on them. I don't know how you guys.
Yeah.
We may-
I'll see
So
if
we
I can
send them
search
both.
this out. You just want to get rid of us both, Gore.
I never said anything like that.
You're chaotic evil. We can't trust you anymore.
I just want him to keep you safe.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Make sure Gore stays in the corner while you're down there.
He's too big to follow me. I'll be fine.
Before she goes in, I'm gonna go ahead and hug her, give her my bit of luck. So for at least the first 10 seconds, if she has to make a save, she can re-roll with advantage.
Oh, okay. So she gets. That's that little level 0 spell that you have that gives her a +1 on her rolls.
No, it's
Guidance.
a advantage. A bit of luck. It's one of my abilities. It's not a spell.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
It's just what you do. Just who you are and what you do. Besides making fun of your GM.
I did not. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, you have it this
I'm nothing
week.
but sweet and positive. I'm a ray of fucking sunshine.
Uh-huh.
Yes, you are.
Thank you. Casey gets it, and that's why she gets good luck hugs.
So, Tea Leaf, you were going to go peek your head in the hole.
Yes.
It's very dark. You can't see anything in there.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
I mean, it's it's a dark hole.
Well, never mind that then. I'm an idiot.
We can make you a torch.
Maybe a little more positivity. A little less self-shaming, maybe.
I'll
Okay,
hand her a
so,
torch.
wait. Oh yeah.
I'm
we
full
do.
of self-shame. Just let me do my thing.
Oh.
Yeah, you come from an older generation. That's when shaming works. I wouldn't be alive today if I didn't shame myself. You know what I mean?
Shit.
Just looking at myself in the mirror the morning after, like, what the fuck did I do? Like, that kind of shame was helpful for me growing up. Just saying.
Ooh.
Anyways.
Alrighty, so
We can just make her a torch.
yes, that would be very helpful. Thank you, Mr. Dwarf.
Okay. Well, you light up the hallway, and you could definitely tell that it was dug. Everything's dry in there, so you don't know much about tunneling because you're a halfling.
I do hills, not tunnels.
Yeah. You're not really much into tunnels, but it goes out of the torchlight, and you have to be on all fours to wiggle through it, but it seems pretty solid. You could follow it if you wanted to. But it goes a long ways forward.
And there's nothing else going on in there? Nothing to report?
Nope. It just looks like a tunnel that somebody used to dig their way in.
Can I tell which direction? Can you guess at which direction it's going? It doesn't turn or anything?
It's going north.
Can we see our map again?
How far in has she gone?
No, you can't kill me, Gore.
She's probably announcing every single thing to you guys from not very far away at all. She's probably just looking over her shoulder like, and then, like, talking way too loud.
Probably.
So it would be, if I showed you the map, we don't need to show you the map. It would be north in the middle of the lakes ish, because you guys
going
are
in
at
the
the small
same
pond.
direction as the Goblin City?
Negative. That is
Okay.
that is east.
Which is why I wanted to see the map.
That is east.
Okay. So I'm going to come back out and make sure the group all knows what I found. Whole lot of nothing.
Dun, dun, dun.
I gotta run for a second. I'm gonna use the bathroom.
Run away!
And it's too small for a dwarf to fit in there, huh?
Yes.
Sounds like communism, but all right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's either communism or the Idaho County Highway District. They just dig one lane at a fucking time. They can't fucking dig 2 or 3 lanes at once. They just gotta fucking dig one, shut the fucking place down for 3 years. Then once it gets back open, they have to fucking do it again for another lane because they couldn't just do it all at once because they're fucking idiots. Yeah, that's who dug this tunnel. Sorry.
There, Jade.
Sorry. That was me ranting a little bit. My
So how do you feel about Idaho's roadway system, Dave?
Yeah, tell us how you really feel.
Yeah, well, what are you gonna do? I swear to God, there's construction outside of my house. It's been there for 10 years. They did one lane, and I'm like, what? Why are you... And then they widened it out the center lane, put in a couple of crosswalks, and then now they're doing a second lane, and they just finished it. I hate them. I hate all of them. I hate them!
Okay.
That's what they do in California too.
I think it's just a United States thing. They keep the work up by keeping the constant construction going.
Yeah, it's a
In the most
mixture between...
ineffectual way possible.
Yeah, it's a mixture between keeping jobs and anxiety at the same level, so people kind of want to kill each other, but are happy to have a paycheck. That's
Right, exactly.
that's what they're doing.
It's a way of padding the numbers, saying we've made this many jobs in a year.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Anyways, what do you guys do? What are you guys doing? What's going on? You know the tunnel's there. You know the dwarves aren't going to fit. The elves will fit. The halfling will fit.
So, I mean, the tunnel kind of has to be abandoned, doesn't it? Unless we're going to leave three of the party members behind to go bebopping around.
Not splitting the party? Yeah, I don't think it's a good idea to split the party just because we've already had so many close calls as is.
I've seen a lot of horror movies, and I feel like it's a great idea.
It's a great idea if you want at least two of us to die.
Yeah, you hear.
Well,
you hear.
I know that the dwarf party is going to be fine. So
Only because you'll kill everything before it has a chance to kill you, rather than talking to it and thanking it for a cup of coffee.
Yeah, well, sometimes it's better to play it safe.
Mom
Right,
was here to stop
Halfling?
him this time. He'll go in timeout before he can kill someone.
Really, Mom?
I was
Really?
gone, and that's why he killed someone. Like, as soon as I left, he goes on a fucking murdering spree, and I come back, and he just drops his weapon, doesn't feel like fighting the elf
It's
anymore.
hardly a murdering
it's
spree when
motherly
there was
presence.
one of them. All right?
Okay.
God. I didn't turn into a campus shooter.
Oh my god.
Good God.
I feel like he should have been sent to Dwarvish Reform School as a child. But no, that didn't happen.
You know what? I don't even know if he's
He
actually
had
my kid. I don't have
access
any
to his
memory.
mom's. He had access to his mom's great club.
Right.
I
Oh,
don't know why it was
Jesus.
pink.
Oh my god.
What?
Oh shit. That's so wrong.
All right, so I feel like we should get the halfling. Well, questionably, I feel like we should pull the halfling out of the hole. But
I don't
I
need
think
to
we
pull
should-
him out. I can crawl out on my own, thank you very much. Don't
You don't
touch
wanna
me.
take
I think,
your mom
I
with
think
you?
we should definitely take the jar with us if we're leaving.
There's no
There's
jar.
no
It's
jar!
gone.
I thought you said there was a jar in the middle
No,
of the
there's
room.
a
The goblins
there's
took
pedestal where
it.
the jar is supposed to be, but the jar is gone.
Good God.
He keeps getting distracted by like the pictures on the wall. He's a mom. Why can't I have that jar? Because it's not real, honey.
You can't.
But
you
I
can't
want
hold
the
it like
jar.
that. You can't keep
But I
it
want the
flipping
god
on.
inside.
All right.
He's
I want it. I want
He
it. I want
promised me
it.
a prize.
He's that fucking toddler that is like sitting there in Walmart, and you're just
No,
like,
he's the
Right,
girl
exactly.
with the from Willy Wonka.
Oh fuck yes, he is.
That might be.
I want it now. Well, you're gonna have to wait. No, I want it now.
I think Andrew, I think she's calling dwarves Oompa Loompas. I think is.
Wouldn't
I
that be
mean-
Veruca Salt?
I don't take offense to this because it's just simply not true.
It's fake news.
I mean, halflings are a subspecies of dwarves anyway, so.
Are they really?
Shots fired.
I thought
All
it
right,
was. I
so-
thought halflings were their own species.
Yeah, I thought so too. Shit.
All right,
Well,
so
at
do
least
we
I
get the
thought-
hell out of here then?
I don't know. Did you want to keep looking for a jar?
I might.
Oh hey, thank you, Air Bandit. AR Bandit. AR Bandit. Is that how that works? AR
I
Bandit.
think so.
Because I didn't think JT was very loud either. JT, can you turn your volume up a little bit? You are a little quiet. I'm not the only one. I thought it might have been just me, and I might have been old, and so I'm at that stage in life where I just ignore everything because
Is that
I
better?
want to. It's better for me. How about you? AR Bandit, can you hear him now?
Am I loud and am I powerful?
I heard your rips loud and clear.
Yeah, it's because the bong was right next to my face.
You're still a
Is the
little.
volume a little bit better now, AR?
You're still a little quiet.
Yeah, you're still a
How
little
do
cutty.
how do I increase my volume with this?
Talk louder.
Enunciate.
Speak from your diaphragm, not your not your chest,
Project.
but your diaphragm.
Project.
Project, exactly.
AR
Speak
says
like you're
it's
talking to the back
No.
of the audience, not the front of the audience.
Got it.
All right. AR says it's fine. We got it. Thank you, man. Appreciate you.
Yep.
All right. So, and what happened to Jesse? Did he just? Is he
Maybe I
all
had to
right?
go to
Or
the
potty.
bathroom.
Oh, all right. All right.
Might be pooping.
That's very
Someone
important.
scared the shit out of the elf.
Somebody scared the shit out of the elf. No kidding. All right. So what are we gonna do? Are we done with the hole?
So, well, that's the way that the goblins came and went to get in here, right? We've figured that out. So I mean, there's just no way for us dwarves to go that direction.
Yeah. And you know, with these reliefs, one of the things is, you know, there's not a lot of legends or tales about, you know, the brotherhood between halflings and dwarves, but the one between Orzen and Moxie was very, very strong.
Well, it proved that halflings weren't necessarily worthless.
Exactly. And
They
so,
had more value than previously thought.
But it also said CNN, so let's keep a realistic level head here.
exactly.
At least
It did
it's
say
a big
CNN
play
down there.
box.
It did say CNN. It could be fake news. So the question is how does the halfling know, or is there a connection between the halfling and what this jar ultimately? And in order to do that, Tea Leaf would have to take you guys to her village, where
Your name?
Moxie happens to be buried.
You guys
Is
want
her
to
village
see
on
my
the
house?
map?
Tea Leaf's gonna have to make a knowledge check.
How does Tea Leaf know where her village is if all of us forgot everything?
That's a very good point.
You haven't
As far
forgotten.
as I
So you haven't forgotten everything. Like, there's some things that you still remember. It's just
so I know that I grew up somewhere else, not picking up piles of garbage and shit for
no.
goblins.
You've always been picking up pilots, like everybody you've ever known, but you know where you're from.
Hmm.
You know who your family was.
Okay.
But your recollection of your profession is that you've always picked up garbage.
Okay. No, but I know that I'm from somewhere else before that shit show.
Exactly. Because you knew that you were
Okay.
related to Moxie Puddlehopper, who was the great halfling hero.
All right.
Great uncle, twice removed from your brother's wife's sister's father's side.
See, it makes perfect sense, you guys.
Yeah, typical halfling inbreeding.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. That's why she
All
was
right.
she was so close to him. This her favorite
Mhm.
famous
He was
uncle.
my favorite uncle.
Yeah, of course,
Uncle brother.
of course.
Meh. That's a thing in halfling culture. You wouldn't understand.
Most halflings are from southern Idaho, and they belong to one of two priesthoods. Sorry.
Fuck. My God.
All right. So, do I need to do a knowledge check?
Yeah, you can, yes.
Okay.
You don't need to. You know where you live. You know where you're from. You can lead them back to your village if you'd like.
Okay. Well, I got a 15,
If the
so I
group
think we're good.
thinks that going back to your village is the next part of the plan.
Well, the elf is stinking around somewhere, so we have to wait for him, I guess, to get a good vote.
Where
Well,
is the
it's fine, I'll
village
just hold it
located
there.
on our map?
It is not on the Goblins map. The Halfling village is not on the Goblins map.
Okay. Well, Do you know if your uncle brother is still alive?
Oh no, but I can take you right to where he's buried.
Oh right, fuck.
It's right outside of town. It's a great spot. You're gonna love it.
He's still alive, but he's buried there. What?
That's on me.
I had to give you a little bit of a hard time about that.
At a moment. Yep. My bad.
Yep.
Well, if he's buried there, I don't see how he could be much use for us. I mean, other than
We
stories.
dig him up.
For what? I'm not a necromancer anymore. I was an accidental necromancer last session.
Oh, lucky for you.
But he
I
has this
control
really
some
elaborate
trees.
tombstone. It's huge.
Okay.
Eh, huge is
It's nice to
relative
look at,
half.
but how does that help us?
A lot of pictures
Well-
and stuff on it.
Well, you guys, you have to understand that when halflings get buried, they get buried with all of their stuff.
Contrary to popular belief, you can take it with you if you're a halfling.
So
Fuck.
he might have maps and journals and all sorts of stuff.
He did have a lot of stuff. Took us a really long time to dig that hole.
How many
Alright.
women did he have?
All of them.
All of them.
You don't get any, but you just keep chasing your patsy. Leave everything else alone. No means no.
The Patsies
How
are
far
quick.
away is your
So you're gonna resort to necrophilia. Got it.
It's not close enough that it's on the map, but we can't figure out how far away it is yet, JT.
But the halfling can lead us there. You know how to get us there.
Yes, I know
How
how to
far
get us
away
there.
is it?
If you can get us there, I can probably read whatever's written inside the tomb.
Meh.
What's the ETA to get there?
Even that weird halfling scribbling.
The halfling says that it will take no time at all to get there. You'll be there probably within an hour or two, as long as you guys walk fast enough.
Can't our elf do some shit where he like goes ahead of us and scouts?
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah,
right?
but Elf is preoccupied. I figure I'll just grab his hand and drag him along while our party goes.
I would like to cradle the elf like a baby as we walk.
Good job.
I would like to see the elf stab you in the eye with an arrow when he finds that out.
Well, I mean, in Andrew's defense, he can carry the elf like a baby. You could get you could rig up one of the saddles from the horks and kind of nestle him in like a baby.
Like on the front.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just carry him like a little baby, pat him on the head while you're carrying him.
He can suckle from my nipple
Yeah, I
for
mean
nourishment as we roll.
he's not here to defend himself. So that pretty much means he's open
basically,
game.
yes.
So we're just going to be carrying around this elf NPC for a minute.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like a baby.
I mean, I'm just saying.
I say we do this plan and we move at a brisk jog through heavy, dense woods and use the elf as a human shield or an elven shield to block our way and create a new
I
path.
feel like the chaotic evil character should not be carrying another party member.
Although it is very chaotic of him, just saying.
True to
He just all of a sudden wants to be a father and wants the elf to all of a sudden be his.
Whatever you do,
Adopt
don't drop him
child.
on his head.
Yeah,
Oh,
you know,
he's-
that makes sense,
He's
Mom?
safely put inside of a holster.
A little baby
Wait,
yarn.
For
Okay.
what hork?
Yes.
Both of the horks were torn apart and eaten by zombie beavers. So is this carrier device that you're thinking of even going to be intact anymore? Those beavers were pretty vicious.
The DM already said that this can be done, so we're gonna go ahead and do this.
Fuck it.
Sure, hide behind the
Letting my
DM.
child carry my other child.
Oh my goodness!
All right, let's roll out.
Roll out, Autobots! All right, so you guys head off into the direction that the halfling says home is.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys go, and halfling keeps saying, "Oh, it's just right over here.
Oh no.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck.
It's just
I
right over
already
here,
don't like this.
guys. No, really, it's just listen, guys. It's just right over here. And every time you get to that hill, it's just the next hill. And then every time you get to the next hill, it's just the next hill. So finally, you're all about ready to give up on the halfling. You're tired of the halfling shit. It's been a whole day of walking, going over the next hill for this village that's supposed to be not very far away. And you come up over this hill, and you see this huge fence that is in front of you in the distance. I mean, you could judge by as far away as it is that it's got to be a huge fucking fence. The base of the fence is stone, and more than 8/10 of the fence is wood, and it's so tall and so big that there's no trees in the area around because all the trees had to be used to make this fence.
How tall did you say the fence was?
Well, you don't know how tall it is. It's just it's like when you're driving to Pocatello and you see those windmills, and you're like, those fuckers got to be pretty big. And then you drive up close to one of them, and you're like, holy fuck, those are huge.
Okay.
It's kind of like that, only, yeah.
And how close are we to them?
Well, when you come up over this ridge, and you're just kind of looking across this valley, and that's what you see across the valley is this huge fence that expands the full spin of your head across
And
the valley in front of
we
you.
can't see anything behind the fence, correct?
It seems like there might be a building or two way far off in the distance, but you can't really tell.
Can we ask the halfling if this is where we're supposed to be going?
Yeah, she answers just like she answered every other time you asked her how far away it is. Yeah, of course.
You
It's
know
right
how
over
direction
there.
and how this halfling is. You really want to keep asking?
Okay. So this fence doesn't surround the area that we're trying to get to.
Well, I mean,
Right.
the halfling is pointing past the fence. But then again, the halfling doesn't really necessarily seem to have any real grounding concept of reality at the moment, because she said each time you went to the last hill that the village was right over the next hill.
I'm a female. I'm giving female answers. What do you want from me? I don't speak in cliques.
That's the truth. All right.
Female
So do we see any type of defenses set up on the walls? On the fence?
Well, I mean, aside from the idea that the wall itself would be a defense, you don't see any, towers or anything like that.
Okay. So I'd like to roll for unusual stonework then. See if we can see any type of
Do you want to
entryway through the base.
Do you want to head closer to the fence?
Yeah.
You guys all good with that?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
as you get up to the fence is easily 80 feet tall. With about the first 10 feet of it made of stone. And these huge timbers sticking out from the stone to make the fence a fence. And as far as unusual stonework is concerned, it does not seem natural in any way, shape, or form.
Okay.
It seems almost like the stone kind of grew out of the ground.
That's odd.
But it definitely was not. It's not stone. It's not like a stone crafted like the tomb was, right?
Okay.
It's not like there's stone slabs that are pressed together perfectly. It all seems to be very solid. And the timbers coming out of it seem to be magically placed there. Huge. 80
Built
feet.
the wall.
Huge. Easy. 60 feet of timber. 10, 15 feet of whatever. It's huge. It's tall.
All right. And how wide is it?
It says something about building a wall. Huh? What?
How wide is it?
Wide
Does it look
enough
like
to
something
keep
we
those
can
brown
walk
people
around?
from taking our jobs.
Good God.
Gerbs.
Is it? Is it so large that we wouldn't be able to walk around this, or do we need to go through it?
It goes off as far as you can see on both directions. It does kind of curve, so you know that it's a wall around something for certain.
Or is it a wall to keep us in?
Dun dun dun.
Well, if it doesn't curve in toward us, I wouldn't think so, genius.
You do notice.
know.
Some debris to the right of the wall.
Some debris.
Some debris. There's some debris over there. If you want, you could go explore. You could go take a look at that.
Hey, Gore, you see that over there? You should go check that out. I'm gonna check out this wall a little bit.
Okay, I'm gonna leave the elf and the baby carrier with my brother. Let him carry the elf for a minute.
Okay.
I'm gonna go check.
I'm not gonna
I
do
like how
that.
the mother's just being completely ignored. Hi.
When's the last time you
I'm more
cooked for
than-
your children? Yeah, I didn't think so.
Fucking the other serious. Remember when you
I've
killed
been
that
on,
rabbit
I've been
and
on
I cooked it for
Goodberries
everyone?
for as long as I can remember. I didn't eat that
Fuck.
rabbit. I
Oh.
actually refused to eat that rabbit in silent protest to your murdering of a natural creature.
I didn't
dare
fucking
you.
kill it. The fucking elf did.
Yeah, you're
It was
just
already
complicit.
dead. What was I supposed to do? Fucking just leave it there to rot?
Just as complicit.
I had to
God.
kill an innocent man just to eat the candy I found in his pocket.
Oh, you had to?
I had to. I didn't have a choice. We're about to call fucking Pathfinder CPS. Here.
Fucking
Not
Christ. Oh my god.
The elf got us a deer to eat, and he gave us, and the NPC gave us coffee in the morning. You were fine, you big baby.
Poor NPC Joe. We just never had a prayer.
Rest in peace, Joe.
Okay, so I'm gonna take the baby carrier with the elf and go check out the debris.
Okay. Very
Is our
good.
elf back yet? His camera just went completely dark.
I don't know what happened to the elf.
Elf's struggling.
Did the elf fall in?
I don't know.
It's really bad though because he's gonna come back and we're gonna be like, yeah, you're now dressed like Raggedy Ann.
You're not dressed like Raggedy Ann in a baby carrier.
And you're not quite certain what Gore has done to you, but you think that it might be PTSD, and you definitely are going to need some pills to get through the rest of your life. Go in and inspecting the debris. You see that at this portion of the fence, the timbers have been broken, and they are scattered about on both sides of the stone wall. And as if something smashed through them. There are more timbers on your side of the stone wall than there are on the other side of the stone wall, but there are some over there. And
We're in fucking Jurassic Park.
you're
I knew
able
it.
to see
Dun,
that
dun, dun.
the you're able to see that you guys know me too well. That's what's bad about this, huh? You're able to see that the stone wall is probably about 10 feet in width as well. It's big enough to hold those timbers. So
It's a girthy boy.
it's girthy stone, girthy timbers, all broken. When you look
All right.
through the timbers, through the hole, you can see that there's a large field. Apparently, there's more walls that you can see past you. There's a large sort of building you can see off in the distance, and some wreckage that you can see across the fields.
Okay. Does anything look like it was set on fire, or just broken?
Looks broken.
Okay.
There is let's see.
And is
that wasn't
the stonework broken as well, or is the stone broken as well?
no. But
Stone.
let's see, it wouldn't really be. I guess roll a perception. I guess since we don't have the.
So am I rolling perception for stone?
No, just roll it. Just roll
Fuck.
it. Tell me what you get.
A d20?
Yep.
11. Plus. The hell is my perception thing at? 3, so 14.
Yeah, you don't notice anything.
Feel like I might have been able to.
I feel like there's something that you're missing.
Well, if your dice like you better, we might know.
All right, I would like to sit and ponder this for a moment, and while I do, I would like to draw a dwarven penis on the elf's face.
Yeah, okay. All right. What are you gonna draw it with?
That's why I asked if anything was on fire. I was hoping to find charcoal, but
Oh my god.
I believe that as a superstar trash ball player, I would probably keep a writing utensil somewhere with me or with my patsy in order to keep track of my scores. So
Why? You don't do any writing. You're a jock.
Yeah, you're not exactly.
You're not academically inclined here, Gore.
There it is.
hey, a champion's got to be able to tally
I'm not
his.
sure if you even
his
literate.
heroic.
Like.
Roll a d20. We'll just roll for random luck.
Okay, 18. We're rolling for luck.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you beat my roll, so yeah, you have you actually have a little bit of war paint that you
Oh yeah, of course.
that you
But I think
have a
war-
tendency to put on when you go into battle as your barbarian. So you could, draw
So-
a blue Braveheart dick on his head if you want.
Nice. Yes. All right. So I need to go back and report to my brother and let him know what I found.
Okay.
See if he's found anything.
I gotta write a note here on Jesse's character. Giant blue dick on face.
Wait, giant? You said it was a dwarf dick. I'm not
It's
sure
dwarf
if they're known for
dicks,
being.
so I don't know that they're really well hung.
Yeah,
I'll
I
have
don't
you
know
guys
if he's
know that
well endowed.
Dwarves are well known for being quite packed.
You-
Okay?
what
I
am
figured
I?
it'd be like that, but not exactly giant.
They are hung like a matured camel.
Okay. How would you walk?
I'm pretty sure that giant lady from the stories was disappointed, but okay, whatever you need to tell yourself.
I
So that's the secret. He's his actual head.
I mean, the thing is some dwarves are tripods and some dwarves are, some.
Mhm.
It could possibly be that, like, one of my favorite memes right now is a meme of these two guys standing next to the statue of David, and the one guy's like, "Oh my God, did you carve that?" And the guy's like, "Yeah," and he's like, "Oh, it's beautiful, but why does he got such a small penis?" And the guy's like, "He doesn't have a small penis." Wait, does he? Oh, public baths. That's all I'm saying. Giant blue dick on face. Giant blue dick on face. Okay.
Oh, you made Casey cry.
Got it. Casey, you okay?
Yeah, I'm just laughing. We're fine.
Just making sure.
Fuck.
All right. Druid. Your brother has reported to you the importance of
All right.
the
Just a
halfling.
pile of trash.
The halfling is still telling you that, her village is on the other side
This
of the fence
way.
through there.
Over here.
Marched over an hour for your quest, and we produced no results. You'll
It's
have
right
to
over
convince
here.
me.
Several
believe
hours. Several
Mm.
hours.
Don't believe you. My
It's
feet
over
and my
here.
knees say otherwise.
Fuck you,
How
knees.
far
It's
along
over
is
here.
the sun?
Well,
Is it
I
like
didn't do
evening? Is it
anything
afternoon?
as far as looking at the wall.
Evening.
Okay. Well,
Is there any vines or vegetation growing around the wall?
No.
Hmm.
Not
Okay.
in this area.
Might have another idea. Let's see. We unfortunately don't quite know how thick it is.
No, we know how thick it is. Once Gore returned back to you, he reported to you that it's, thick enough that, all of the timbers are supported by the stone. And they're big, so.
Okay.
Say Gore knows thick.
So we can't use Gore as a battering ram.
Can't use
I hope we use Gore as a battering ram. That hard
You know what?
skull of his will probably do us some good.
You know what? Gore agrees, and he's holding the elf right in front of him. So let's do this.
Put the elf down, Gore the elf. Didn't do anything to you.
I have an idea. I have an idea here. I have a spell I might be able to use. Let me look it up real quick. Let's see here. Just want to see how much I can do. So, how many feet would you guess this is thick, Gore?
10. We're told 10 feet.
About 10 feet thick?
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful.
Like three C's.
Wait, Gore.
Wait. Sorry, this is America. It's 12 feet thick.
12 feet thick. I can
Yeah.
still do it.
Nothing's by
Hey,
tens. Nothing's by
Halfling's
tens.
jumping around with her hand raised, asking a question.
We ignore the halfling because she's gotten us to this point already.
I punch Gore in the nuts. Get his attention.
The halfling just hit the elf square in the nuts because she keeps forgetting that the elf is maybe carried on Gore's tummy.
I have better aim than that.
I would like to make a point that the DM needs to add notes that the elf has been hit in the nuts as well as the dick on his face.
Oh no!
It's
Honey, you
in
got a kick. That way you can go in
nuts.
from under, not have to worry about it.
Sorry, Bob, I forgot the lessons.
I know. I taught you.
So, while they're all squabbling, Jade, and they're doing their thing, I am going to pull out the spade that I keep in my pack, and then I'm going to press my hand against the wall. It is made of stone, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I can confirm this by the cold, unfeeling stone that I am familiar with. This is stone.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
Okay. With that, I would like to cast soften earth to stone, and I'm going to turn 30 cubic feet of it into mud.
Okay.
Ooh.
Basically, I'm burrowing my way through it
Okay.
to the other side.
You can do
Something
that.
intelligent. I'm so proud.
Damn.
Are you just doing it right there, right here?
Yeah.
Just doing it? Just going for it?
Well, so he says it's about 10 feet. So I will do, so at first it's 10 feet, 10 feet squared per level. I am level 3. That's 30 feet is my maximum. So I don't want to, I'm gonna expend the spell till I can see through to the other side.
Okay.
Are we gonna do this where it's already kind of busted up, so there's not as many timbers to timber onto us?
You guys were busy fighting amongst yourselves, and I am taking actions into my own.
AKA, he doesn't care
Yeah.
if the timbers fall.
Nope.
And they
All right.
I'll live.
And
Gore
so-
might not.
and so the timbers do fall.
You will. Prepare yourself, Gore. You have to battle the timbers that fall. Use your dwarven might and bend them to your feet. Run up them as they fall. I will burrow through the ground and make way to the other side. I will see you there. Moradin, guide you.
All right. Gore and Cleric. Both of you need to roll a reflex save. Your difficulty is 12. Everybody else is okay. Timbers are falling down through the mud.
19.
18.
All right, you guys easily sidestep the timbers as they come crashing down to the ground. And
Of course
now
we do.
you have a nice hole to get inside to the other side of the...
Mm-hmm.
Lots of holes in this game. Lots of holes, lots of dicks. This is an interesting session.
There's a lot of holes and dicks in life, Tesla. That's, that's
Very fair.
in fact, in life, you've probably either got one or the other. Or if you're lucky, maybe both. Maybe you get both. But lots of holes, lots of dicks in life. Yep.
Oh, I can reverse this spell and trap a creature in stone.
Okay, what do you guys do?
I guess we go through the hole.
Yeah?
Yeah, going through the hole.
Sure.
Okay, you guys see what Gore saw on the other side as you guys traverse into the field in front of you. The field seems vast and open. You can see other fences in the very, very far distance. You do see some sort of building in the distance. Halfling considers that could possibly be where the Halfling's village is. She doesn't remember the village being that big of a building, but it is long
It
ways
was
away.
right over here, guys, so this has to be it.
But there is some wreckage in the fields, and as you guys get kind of through there, you see that there is a well-kept path going around the field on the inside too.
Interesting.
Okay.
Well-kept path.
I mean, it's like field.
Who's Dunk's lover? That's fucking hilarious. Did you see what they put?
friend.
It was like lots of holes and dicks, and just like that, I'm into D&D now. All right. Yeah.
That's how we got Andrew
Welcome to the
involved,
dark
too.
side.
That's exactly how we talked Andrew into this. Andrew's like, so do you play video games with him? I mean, what do you guys? You guys got a screen you share? No, man, you just talk about dicks and holes. And he's like, sign me up. That's great.
I ordered the members only jacket the next day.
Yeah. How it feels when the wiener goes in.
Very true.
True, he has that shirt.
That really did happen.
I
You
do.
guys, you viewers might think that we're joking about that, but he really does have a shirt that he ordered in a drunken state that says, when the wiener goes in, and it's a squeaky-eyed, smiley face.
Well, now I've got to wear it, so.
Yeah, you better put it on real
Like-
quick.
These fields. Like,
In the meantime, we should devise some type of way for me to be able to use the elf as a weapon. So I can use magical weapons. I'm dead
How are
serious.
you
Because
gonna
if we get into a fight, I've got a fucking elf strapped to the front of me. What am I supposed to do?
he's basically a limp-ass baby right now. You can't use him as a
Someone
weapon.
figure out.
Volunteer to be a babysitter.
Someone
shouldn't
figure
you?
out a way for me to turn this elf into like a marionette and just extend my dwarven powers.
Oh my fucking
How about
God.
you don't volunteer
No.
to be a babysitter, jackass?
Seriously. You had
Either
a
that
mother
or
right
I'm
here
using him
who
as
was
a
one-
shield.
No, you're fucking not.
Okay, the elf is now my dwarven shield.
Oh my fucking
Jake?
God.
I'm going to continue along the path.
Question about the fields.
All right.
So wait, the fields, are they just fields of grass? Or are they like fields of wheat or
They're very well worn down grass plains. So there's
I'll pluck one.
there's nothing
Chew on.
edible growing. It's just like dirt and foliage.
okay,
Like it.
alright.
The path is well kept. There
I'm
it
gonna
is.
go with the other dwarf along the path.
There it is, people. I'll show this. Got to zoom in on Andrew for the viewers there. Yeah, there's the shirt. See, we weren't kidding. When the wiener goes in is...
Stand
Yeah.
up so we can see it better.
I just lifted it.
Eh.
You're just looking for eye candy, Casey. God, this halfling, I swear, only one thing on her mind.
Man,
Don't judge me.
The dude chasing patsies.
she's always objectifying you, Andrew. She's...
I feel like that's the case.
Honey, if you were smarter than an object, she wouldn't have to objectify you.
Oh. Remember you said that next time you post some women's rights bullshit on Facebook,
Right?
that line's coming back at you.
Right? That's what. Yeah.
And I'm gonna clip to this video of you saying it.
You better fucking not. Jesus Christ.
Fuck around. You think I'm not gonna edit the shit out of this now?
Yes.
No.
Let's play some games.
We could do that. We could do a rap of it, like where she like skips backwards the whole time, like. If you were smarter than an object, if you were smarter than an object, if you were smarter than an object, if you were smarter than an object.
Right.
Shouldn't have gone out of the house dressed that way.
That's not what I'm fucking saying at all. Fucking fuck you guys.
What's not
Kind of
what
what
you're
you
saying?
said.
No, it,
Yeah.
Just stop, Tess, before they make it worse.
You should clarify for us what you're not saying verbatim.
She's
anyway,
saying you're
so
dumb,
walk with your
Lord.
heels.
I'm continuing down the path.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm following his happy ass.
Okay.
I am quite happy, as a matter of fact. I'm a fantastically happy druid. I even pluck one of the reeds of grass, put it between my teeth, and chew on it for its flavor. I want to know what this place tastes like.
I'm running alongside my brother, dancing willingly with the elf in front of me, swaying his arms to and fro.
I love it. I love it. As you guys
Skipping.
you guys approach
skip?
the wreckage, the nearest wreckage, you notice that it is the wreckage of a wagon.
Oh.
The wagon has the two of the wheels have been broken off. What's really strange is that the wagon itself is very vividly painted. The bottom of the wagon is painted yellow. And then about halfway up, the wagon is painted green. And then there is red stripes on the top of the wagon. It looks like some sort of, I don't know, jester or bardish type vividly painted wagon.
Everyone knows that red means fast.
And then there are bones in front of the wagon. There's a big pile of bones in front of the wagon.
Like
Like
haphazardly
how-
strewn about.
Sort of haphazardly strewn apart. I mean,
Okay. Probably not good for you,
What they
halfling.
used to be?
it's kind of
People
hard to
have
tell what the
waylaid.
How do we know this is halfling remains, Druid?
it's kind of
you
hard to
said this
tell
is
what the
where you
remains are because we don't have a ranger with us.
I'd like to speak on the ranger's behalf.
Oh god, no.
You can't.
You can roll a charisma check and see if the rest of the party believes you.
Go. I'm gonna do it. Fuck it. Let's go all weekend at Bernie's on this motherfucker. Oh, 18 and plus 1, 19.
Okay, what do you say about the bones while you're using the elf's voice and the rest of the party? You can make a willpower save to not believe him. Your willpower DC will be 18.
So you have
I
to
would
be
like-
19.
I would like to tell the rest of the party that a great usage of these bones would be to make a large marionette structure for the dwarf to be able to battle with the elf.
I'm an elder dwarf. I'm immune to suggestions anyway, suggestions and charms.
But he loves his brother, and
no,
he knows that
I'm
this is
also
a great
known
idea.
for tricks.
Wait,
No,
I gotta fuck around.
cat, no cat.
Meow.
I wasted a nat 20. But, yeah, I don't believe him either.
No
You-
nat 20
you don't
is
believe
ever a
him?
waste.
I have a nat 20 as well, which is why I was trying to grab the cat from. The cat was going after my dice. It was very.
Well, Jesus, Andrew, like
That's some bullshit.
you start
We are unimpressed.
totally.
Do you want to
That's-
see?
I just look, I'm like, honey, do you need attention? Are you okay?
Andrew,
Yes, Mom. Jesus Christ.
Andrew, they
I go
don't.
up and I hug him. It's like, it's okay, baby. It's okay. I'll give you attention if you need it.
Andrew,
I just want to be able to use him as a weapon. I don't know why nobody
I
knows
just,
me.
I just want you to know, Andrew, that this is just a game, okay?
Mhm.
I know normally in your life when you speak to women, they don't believe you. But we're still role playing here.
I mean, yeah, that's why it sounds so natural.
Okay. Yeah. So there you are. You got a bunch of bones. You got a wagon that's painted in very strange ways, brilliantly colored. You could see that the fences seem to be. There seems to be several fences, and there's more wreckage a little ways further.
So should we keep on going down the path here
Well,
and see what's going on?
As far as the halfling is concerned, the village is still this direction. But she doesn't
I have
remember.
fenced.
She doesn't remember any of these fences or anything like that. But she's like, "No, my village is over there." But I don't remember.
So we gotta keep
Anybody
going
else?
over there, guys.
Does anyone else feel like we should quit listening to the halfling and turn back and follow the map?
Yeah, I say we go back to the map.
I feel like you shouldn't hold my real life lack of directional abilities against my halfling character.
I feel like your halfling character is just amplifying the real life at this point.
I feel like we've been walking for several hours, and each hill is just another hill.
Well, it's also almost nighttime, so should we maybe find a good place to settle down
Oh,
for
yeah.
the night?
Yeah, can I start trying to forage, get some supper for these ungrateful brats?
Yeah,
Well-
I would like to set up the elf as a scarecrow.
Fucking Christ.
God.
No, hear me out. The elf is able to stay awake when the rest of us have to sleep, remember? So we
Yeah,
can
the
still
4
use the
hours.
elf.
So we should tie him
even
to a
though-
pole so he can't
Even though the elf might not be with us entirely at this point, I would assume that the elf would still be able to kind of rummage and move a little bit on his own if he sees danger. This is a great idea. The elf is the perfect scarecrow so that we can rest.
Is this a scarecrow thing or
Is there
a
anyone resting
crucifixion?
around with you with your creepy Patsy thing plus your chaotic evil thing going on? No one's resting around here.
There is 100% chance that I will be putting him up like a crucifixion. Yeah.
Oh Jesus!
There will not be any fire involved. Just to be clear.
Well, it's kind of up to you guys how you want to do it. When you, as you're kind of thinking about this, there's not any plants around here to really forage from, so you might want to go check on the other side of a different fence, or maybe even continue towards the large structure in the back. The large structure, you notice as you're getting closer, is a domed structure. It's looks like a big dome from where you're at. It's still very, very far away.
Big as comparison to us, or big in comparison to the halfling?
Big as comparison to everyone. Yeah,
Okay.
it's a very large building.
You're not that much bigger than me, height-wise.
Yeah, we're not that much taller. We're like 2-3 inches taller than her, maybe.
Maybe a foot.
Okay.
We're
Well,
just
I'm
wider.
a 3'6" character walking around with like a 6' tall elf strapped to the front of me, like a baby.
With his feet dragging in the back behind you.
I want to make an investigation check into that wagon. What was in it? Just the bones?
There wasn't any bones in the wagon. The wagon itself looks like the sides and the back are all benches that had
Skyrim wagon.
leather like padding on them, and then of course the driver's seat in there, and you can find the reins and stuff, and then you see the bones there out in front of the wagon.
Oh, okay, so it looks like the bones might have been whatever was pulling the wagon.
Yeah, there's no skull on the bones. In fact, the more you look at it, you do notice that there's only 2 hooves there, and they look large cow-ish hooves. But if you really, really get into it, there's only half of a cow there. The other half is gone.
Probably got eaten. The thing got bitten too. Are the bones separated?
Yes, the bones are spread out as if they've been predated.
Mm-hmm. So what's
But
in the
the
wagon?
skull is missing. You said, right?
There's nothing in the wagon. It's
Okay,
just
empty. Okay.
yeah, but it
Seats.
looks
They had seats.
had seats.
Okay, so this was taking people somewhere. Looks like maybe it was for a spectating thing.
Yes,
I'm telling you, we're in Jurassic fucking Park, guys.
I'm really pissed off that
And
you
there's a
guessed
structure.
that so
How
fast.
far off is that other structure?
It's a ways. It's at least past another fence.
Oh, there's another
And-
fence in the way.
Another fence in the way, and another wreckage on the road a little ways further.
Okay.
And the dome was further than those, Jade? Or
Yes.
closer?
Yes,
Okay.
further.
I think we
See
should
here.
explore the other wreckage and see if there's more clues. But I'm
All right.
halfling. No one likes listening to me anymore.
You going for it?
So, hold on, real quick.
Mhm.
Oh, no, never mind. Never mind that. Never mind.
Gonna go check out the other wreckage?
Yeah, I'll go with them.
Other wreckage is very similar to the first wreckage, except for the whole skeleton of the cow is there, and it is very much more spread out. The bones of the cow are very much more spread out.
And the elf is the only one that can do any tracking to see if what kind of tracks are in the area that might have done this.
Yeah, this part was for the elf. You know. But the again, the brilliantly painted wagon, yellow on the bottom, green on the top, red stripes on it. Lots of seats. Dead cow. Or ox.
Half
So it looks like it looks
It's
like
a
they got
cow or an
attacked.
ox. Jesus.
But you don't know. It's cowish. Something with hooves.
There was a scuffle here.
Yes. Going further?
I think we should because I keep telling you guys it's just right over here.
Going towards the
I'm
dome?
thinking that we should go back to the map.
Okay, what does the map tell us?
Ian gave us a halfling village, but we're not going to explore it. Okay.
He
We
said there's a
haven't seen
huge
a halfling
dome.
village.
Yeah, the huge dome has the pterodactyls. Right? Jade is running the show. We know what direction this is going.
Oh,
I'm half expecting a Nord to turn over and be like, "Oh, you're finally awake, eh?"
Oh my god.
From
I'm
this
so
wagon.
mad. I'm so mad. Like, what made you think of Jurassic Park right off the bat like that, Andrew? For fuck's sake.
Because it's you, and you're talking about a giant walled fence.
And a domed structure.
God damn.
Yeah,
Just
it's
vicious.
100% Jurassic Park.
Hold on to your butts.
Man, I'm bummed out about this. Be called out that fast does
I'm
not
telling
mean
you guys, we know that we're not anywhere close to the dotted line on the map. We know that we can't trust the halfling right now. We know that somehow Gore is the one speaking mentally, even though he's traipsing around with a fucking elf on his chest.
Well,
And
technically, NPCs usually just keep up with the party. You don't have to do any of that.
he likes
Oh.
to do that, JT.
oh, I like to do it.
Too. Yeah.
And we
Gore, has,
know
an
that,
identity, Gore
we-
has an identity crisis going on. It's fine.
Exactly.
Leave him alone.
and we also know that even though I gave him a war-painted wiener on his face, we almost got killed by a fucking fence already. So let's be realistic here and understand that we should just get our asses back over.
Who almost got killed by the fence?
Me and the cleric.
Nope. We dodged
Never-
that shit easy.
Never heard of such a thing. Someone getting killed by a fence.
Jade is DMing once again. If I die, it's going to be from a rusted spigot.
No, you'll step on a nail. It'll be tetanus.
No, when I kill you guys, it'll be something way worse, like
You
infection.
died of dysentery, the
Yeah.
Oregon Trail
Yeah,
style.
yeah, it'll be alcoholism. Like it'll be really depressing. Like what killed the great dwarf hero? He became an alcoholic and his liver failed. Like that's what happened. Most dwarves are great with booze. I mean, but not all of them.
This dwarf,
Like what you don't realize in history is that many dwarves don't make it past the whole fucking atrophy of the liver. So that's just what occurs. So, what are you guys gonna do? You guys gonna press forward? Or are you gonna turn back to the math, the path on the map?
I think we need to go to my uncle brother's tomb.
They know where your uncle brother's tomb is, or are you just going in a straight line and being like, it might be that way?
It's over here. I know it is.
You said that for hours.
Mom, shush. It's over here.
So
Okay.
Worry
I
about your
don't know
kids.
I don't know what the hell I would have to roll for this, but how do I roll to find out if my brother knows anything more about the uncle brother?
What would you roll to know if your brother knows anything about?
Yeah, because he's supposed to be like all about lore and shit, right?
Yeah, I already told you everything I know.
Yeah, I mean he knows that Moxie Puddlehopper was a real dude that really did help King Orson, save the day.
Perhaps he knows the location of this and just didn't remember it before.
Yeah, in a halfling village.
God damn it, you're not helping.
He doesn't, man. His best.
Okay.
Your brother's best piece of advice is that if you could find where the halfling hid all of his halfling secrets, then he would be able to find out what you needed him to find out. Because halflings do hoard. They are hoarders. And all of his treasures would be in his grave with him.
Like
We're not
squirrels.
We're collectors.
Yeah, yes, that's right. Collectors.
All right, so do you guys want to go to the building or the building's remains, or do you want to go to the dome? Sounds like the kind of our only two physical areas to choose from, right?
Go to the dome. That's what my dice
Well,
told me.
does the path go to
Okay.
the dome? Or does the path just go, or does the path go in a different direction?
The
than
path seems to go towards a gate that is equally as big as the fence.
There's a perfectly good path here. Easy to walk. Don't have to worry about holes, snake bites, any of that. Yeah. No?
I mean, she makes a solid argument. It's hard to argue with Mir.
Meh.
I mean, like, I don't have a counter to that. Fuck it. Let's follow the path.
Everybody good with that?
Sure.
Okay,
Yep,
so
sounds
you guys go through the path. You go around towards the gate. The gate is just as big, and it's shut. The gate's shut, but it's open enough that you guys can get through it. Right? And when you get through it, the halfling's like, "See, guys, I told you. Here's the village." Because when you walk through that second gate, you can see sprawled out in front of you what looks very much like a marketplace. There's several buildings. They look dilapidated. They look ran down. There's birds and shit living around there and plenty of wildlife scurrying about. And then there's this large domed area. But there's all sorts of small buildings, and it does look like a small town. For you dwarves, it does not look like any sort of dwarvish architecture. It looks like,
Halfling hovels.
yeah, it just doesn't look dwarvish to you.
They're hobbit holes. Call
We
it
found the fucking
inferior.
Shire.
Mostly
I can't believe we were, like-
inferior.
I can't believe we're like 30 feet away from just giving up and not going into this town.
I mean, I can believe it.
Oh, no, I thought
It was
this
a-
town was on the other side of a fence the whole time. I did not realize we were on that side with it.
No,
I thought we
weren't.
were
There was
going
a
the
gate.
wrong damn direction, to be honest with you. I thought
There
that
was a
was
gate. I kept telling you guys, this way, this way. No, don't
You-
trust the halfling.
You weren't quite convincing. I mean,
This is the first time the halfling has been somewhat correct, and even then, it wasn't really correct.
yeah, you
I
were correct
this
by
way.
accident.
Yeah.
You spent like 20 times being like, hey, it's this one. So, like, one time out of 20, it's still not a passing grade.
And Gore, you can't bring real life into this.
I have a pet elf, so I feel like I'm the voice of reason here.
So the sun is starting to go down. As you guys go into the small village area, let's see. I guess I could let the druid and anybody with a high enough wisdom. If you got a wisdom over 12, I'll let you roll.
I'm out.
No.
I can do that.
All right, roll a perception check if you've got a wisdom over 12. You can use your...
That's a nat 20.
Really?
Yeah, you're definitely not allowed
Yes.
to use the
Yeah,
in-game roller anymore.
You're not allowed to use the Discord roller.
Is that it right there? Let's see. There we go.
Yeah.
Can you see it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see it. Nat 20, look at that. Wow. Way to ruin my mystery. Jesus, fucker.
Plus 10, so that's a
Plus.
solid 30.
Yeah, it's also a nat 20. Let's see. Okay, you, I mean, Dwarf, when you walk down there, you realize right away that this is not a village, per se. This is a marketplace.
Tomb.
This isn't Moria either.
This is lined up like a marketplace. It's not where,
Villages have marketplaces.
it's not where,
There's no homes.
there's no homes. There's no houses.
Well,
So it's
because
just a
hobbits
market.
live in holes, they're scattered.
Exactly.
Well, old dwarven hobbit hunting method is to throw some dynamite into a hole, and that'll push them out the other holes.
What is wrong with you people?
Just not a fan of hobbits. Or gnomes.
We could make a lot of loud growling, snarling sounds and toss the elf into one of the holes. They could think that they were being attacked by an elf.
Right? So you have the big domed area in front of you. It's not
Mhm.
it's not a caged dome area. It looks like a solid dome, very, very large. There's also several big buildings around you. Off to the far left of the village, there's a huge wooden cage that goes, it's probably 200 feet tall. And you can see that over there. And yeah, there's some signposts.
And what do they say? What do the signposts say?
Do you speak Goblin?
Hmm.
Oh, there's
Matter of
skeletons too. There's lots of skeletons, lots of halfling-sized
Okay.
skeletons.
Speak Goblin for what it's worth.
I speak Goblin.
I unfortunately haven't. Oh no, I got it. Yeah, common, druidic, and dwarven. No go.
Yeah, we only speak hero.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, remember that goblins, they don't really have a scripted written language or an alphabet, but they have they draw pictures a lot to help each other out, and basically there's pictures
it.
of
They play Pictionary, it's fine.
there's like
Goblin
arrows
scribbles.
and pointing different directions. Like there's a picture of a stick figure with both of his hands in his crotch and
That's
an arrow
boring.
pointing that way. There's a stick figure with holding onto a drumstick of some type, like a chicken drumstick or something, and an arrow pointing in a different direction. And there's stick figures with little tiny stick figures in their hands with the direction with arrows pointing different directions. But it's not a village.
I feel like we should avoid the dome.
Looks like a marketplace, but what could they be selling?
Let's
we tell if
avoid
there's
the
anyone in there?
goblins.
You want to look at some of the stalls?
Yeah,
Lots of
they're probably selling people,
bones in the stalls.
as I feared.
Yeah, some little voodoo doll looking things. The dolls all have weird shapes that kind of look like dragons. No wings. Some of them have wings. Lots of weird stuff. Really
But
pissed
pretty
me
much
off.
all bones, right?
Lots of little bones, yeah. Lots of,
Okay.
and there are animals scurrying around. And like I said before, there's skeletons strewn about different locations and bones, lots of different places.
So I thought the halfling said this was her village. Doesn't
It
seem
was a
very
village.
village.
Well, she thought it was a village, and it makes
was a village.
total sense because her village is supposed to be over here somewhere.
Some assholes wrecked my village. I'm not a happy halfling.
Yeah, I wouldn't be. You just tricked us
Whatever.
into coming here.
You don't care about the halfling. Shut up.
Don't.
We're at a fucking halfling zoo. Knew it. Told you
Well,
guys.
I have a feeling.
Assholes.
I have a feeling that this is where they're selling humanoids. Who's doing the selling, though? I don't know.
Where are
but
all
I
the
think-
halflings? Are they selling the halflings? Did anyone think about that?
I don't know why halflings aren't very. That's beside the point.
They're so mean to you, Case.
I know. That's alright.
Between you and Tess, they just pick on you guys.
Well,
Because we're cuter than they are.
Women.
Well, it's
With
okay.
the
It's okay to
bones
to pick on Tess, though. I mean, that's fine.
with the bones everywhere, I'm wondering,
They're just jealous that we're cute.
Cleric.
It's fine.
can't the cleric do something with undead and maybe res one, communicate with them, read these bones, find out what they are?
Not anymore.
Not anymore. Somebody rewrote their character.
Yeah, I revamped her, so she's an actual cleric instead of just a necromancer.
Yeah. Clerics, I thought, were able to do something like commune with the dead or something like that.
Not that I've seen. I can double check my spells, but I really don't think so.
That sucks.
Yeah, I know.
I guess I'll have to use a spell.
Something just went past the dwarf behind him. You guys, shadow went past him really fast.
Which dwarf?
Behind me?
Yep. You guys all saw it because he was talking to you. He didn't
Yeah,
see
he
it.
had been yapping. He'd have seen it too.
Yep.
All right. I'm enacting berserker rage.
With the
Just
elf
immediately.
attached to you.
Fucking go.
No fucking
drop the
no
elf at least.
hesitation. He sees a
Drop the
shadow
elf.
and he's pissed.
I said what I said. Let's do this goddamn
6 more
thing.
weeks
You
of
won't
fighting,
like me
y'all.
when I'm angry. I'm always angry.
Right?
Mhm.
That's the trick. I'm always angry. All right. Roll initiative, guys.
Fuck. Okay.
There it is. 15.
I got a 10.
Alrighty. I'll be out there shortly. Thank you.
All right. Who got what?
I got a 15.
15.
10 here.
That would be Case.
Tess also got a 10, right?
Okay. Andrew.
I can
Okay.
decompose a corpse, but that just really puts skin back on the bone. It doesn't make it so I can talk to him.
Doesn't reanimate him? Okay.
Can at least tell what they are. Definitively.
All right. So Casey,
Yes.
you see the shadow move behind JT's character very quickly on the outside. You guys are all kind of in this little hut, exploring what's in the hut. And just imagine basically any carny stand, right? So you're in there looking around. It's a very small structure. There's no bathroom area or anything. There's just one wall with a bunch of bones hanging on it. Little bones of little critters that were probably some sort of food item or concession stand type deal. Skeleton on the ground next to you. JT's talking to you guys, is explaining to you whatever scheme, and you just see a shadow move behind him. Now the rest of you, the halfling kind of looks at that shadow and kind of steps over to react to the shadow, and you guys see a large mouth reaching with very, very sharp teeth to bite the halfling in the head.
Shit.
So, and it's from the complete opposite angle. So basically, she kind of steps in to see what the shadow was behind, and then off to her side comes another animal to bite her. And it is a feathered animal with teeth. You guys have never confronted them before, so I'm not.
Damn, who would have called a pterodactyl in this situation?
I'm not going to call them dinosaurs.
I like a griffin more than a pterodactyl. Has feathers.
But I'm not. I'm not gonna call them dinosaurs. Even though Andrew ruined my whole Jurassic Park theme adventure right at the beginning.
Spoiled it.
Spoiler alert, Andrew. Jesus.
Still not gonna call them.
Typical Andrew.
Still not gonna call them. Okay. Anyways, Casey, you're getting attacked, but because you rolled a high enough initiative, all your friends are shouting. You see it coming, so you're not flat-footed. What is your armor class?
My armor class is 19. Can I use my fleet foot to get away from the dinosaur griffin thing?
What's that?
Can I use my fleet of foot to get away from the dinosaur griffin thing?
Well, you did. I mean, you're not getting killed right off the bat, so that's a good thing. But you are getting bit, and it does hit you. But you're able to kind of maneuver yourself to where it doesn't kill you. That's the important part. And you do take You take 8 points of damage.
Okay.
8 points, Gryffindor.
8 points, Gryffindor. And it is your action.
Mine?
Yes.
Okay, so I am going to go into rage.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
You don't even like me. Shush.
It's on.
And I am... Can I attack
Yeah, absolutely.
with it with my little hand axe
Absolutely.
in my rage moment?
Absolutely.
So my rage gives me a +3. How many points of damage did you say I got from being bit? Sorry.
8 points of damage you took.
Okay. So roll to attack. Got a 13 plus my 3, so a 16.
Okay, you hit.
Yes.
Roll damage.
Do I roll a 6 for damage?
Yep, D6 plus your strength.
Okay. Hold on. Alright, so I got a 4 plus my strength mod. Right?
You waved back at me, Ben? That's awesome. What did you roll?
I rolled a 4, so do I add my strength modifier to
Yes, you sure did.
it? Okay, so my modifier is a +1, so I got a 5.
5.
damage.
No, your modifier should be more than that. Because remember, your temporary score goes up
Oh yeah, by
when...
3 when I'm in rage,
There
right?
you go, yeah.
So 4, 5, 7.
Nice, okay. That brings us to Andrew.
Hey.
Andrew, you see, the halfling get bit by this dinosaur as it leans in and snaps at her from the side. And the initial shadow that she was moving towards comes back around, and it's another one. So there's now 2 of them that are coming at her. And you could either go at the one that already bit her, or you could go at the one that's coming at her now.
I'm gonna go into rage.
Okay.
I'm gonna go for one that's already bit her.
Okay. Just don't fumble and you're good. Roll your attack dice.
There's no fumble. I'm rolling in with an elf on my fucking chest.
That's right.
Shit.
Take the elf off. Jesus.
I would like to request a reroll.
Did you roll a 1?
I rolled a 5.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's better than a 1.
Right.
But with 7
Yes, you swoosh.
with my temp increase.
You miss. You swung hard, but you miss. That brings us to Tess.
Fuck.
Your action.
Alright, I'm gonna cast Bane? Yeah. So they have to make a will check, DC 14.
Okay. Is it a radius? Is it how many does it affect?
Yeah. Up to 3 within 50 feet.
Okay. Because there's 3 of them. Dun dun dun. DC 14?
Yep.
Okay, what's the effect?
-2 on attack and -1 on saving throws against fear effects.
Okay. Is that your action?
Yeah.
Okay. That brings us to the dinos. All right. A third dinosaur leaps onto the
Yeah,
other
she said
side of the little building. So now there's 3 of them, and our 2 warriors are up in front. So there will be 2 attacking the halfling and 1 attacking Gore.
With the elf strapped to his chest, and the idiot didn't put him down.
Yeah, yep. Halfling, you are hit again. Snap.
Damn it! What's my damage?
Wow, another 8. Sorry.
God damn it! No, you're not.
That one's biting. That brings us to JT.
Okay, how many of them are there?
There are 3 total. 3 dinos.
Dinosaurs? What kind of dinosaurs?
They are feathered.
Griffin.
They are small. They're
Wait, they're small?
Archaeopteryx?
what?
The Archaeopteryx?
They have very, very sharp, big talons on their feet.
Raptors? Okay, so not the Archaeopteryx.
Not the Archaeopteryx.
Okay.
It is true. Halflings are bite-sized, Ben.
Yeah, we are.
Dwarves, however, are not.
Yeah, you're biting a half. Big woo.
They're 2
no.
bites.
I'll let him eat me, and then I'll cut my way out of his stomach.
That's
Okay,
right.
Drax.
Which reminds me, have you guys seen that cartoon on fucking Cartoon Network called Primal? With
Yes,
the
I
cave,
have, by
with
Kennedy Tarkovsky. Yes.
yeah, with
That's
the
amazing.
caveman and the dinosaur.
Yeah, it's a
Holy
work of art.
fuck, dude!
It's a beautiful work of art. It's
That-
awesome.
Have you ever heard of Samurai Jack?
Yeah.
So it's the guy that did Samurai Jack, and he did this cartoon, which actually inspired this adventure for you guys. And then Andrew ruined it by seeing a fence. Anyways.
God damn it, Andrew. Fucking Andrew.
No, so anyways, yeah, it is a crazy cartoon. Like, the first episode is unfucking believably, like, emotional. Like, and then the second episode is just as emotional as the first one. Like, it's fucking crazy. Anyways, it's really good.
Okay, so first I'm going to cast It's a second level spell. Where'd it go? I want to specs to the
Clever girl.
animals.
Clever girl. You gonna do what?
I'm gonna speak to the animals.
Okay.
Speak with animals. They get a save.
Okay.
Finding out what it is. Sorry, I should have had this better prepared. Oh, I guess I should.
Casey, you're going to be going next, so you might want to start thinking about what your actions are.
Yay.
How many licks does it take to... Oh, what?
Okay.
A 1.
Okay.
A 2.
And I go,
A 3.
wait, beasts! Is it hunger that you wish to sate? Perhaps we can help each other.
Are you trying to talk your way out of fighting with dinosaurs?
Yes.
He is.
Okay, just making sure.
Whatever, if it keeps me from getting
Druid,
I'm fine.
smart with animals.
I don't want to
Dinosaurs
become
aren't good for fighting.
You got one of them's attention. One of them's looking at you, but you don't know whether or not it's going to speak to you or eat you.
Yeah. Unfortunately, this spell doesn't make them any more amicable magically, but maybe we can strike some kind of deal here.
It's got its head cocked sideways, looking at you. The other two are straight up wanting to. One of them's already bit the halfling a couple of times, and the other one's got this dwarf in front of him, and they're.
How are you health-wise, Casey?
They're hungry.
I tell him, I understand your pain, beast. Let us help you.
What do you mean, Tess?
It's your action, Case.
Okay.
Andrew, you follow Casey. You might want to think about what you're doing next.
What I'm looking at.
So do I still have this dinosaur like right next to me?
Yeah, there's one of them like snapping at you. It's bit you twice. The other
Okay,
one probably would have bit you, but this one's got a pretty good grip on your arm.
Okay, I'm still raging, and I want to whack this thing in the head with my little axe.
Do it. Whack away.
Okay. Okay. Got an 18.
Roll your damage.
6.
Okay. That leads us to Andrew. Tess, you follow Andrew.
Okay. So that one's still alive that she just attacked?
Uh-huh. Yep. I mean, it's pissed. It's biting at her. You got one that's nipping at you, and the other one's peeled off and is looking at JT like you don't know whether or not it's going to attack or not.
Okay. I'm going to grapple with the one that Casey
Stab it in the bollocks!
Right? OTDA has good suggestions.
So I'm going to rush in, tackle that bastard that she just hit, and I'm going to attack him and use Animal Fury, where I follow up my attack with a bite of my own.
Okay, all right. If you want to do that, you're going to be disengaging from the one that's in your face, which means it's going to bite at you for free. Because it's right in your... It's
right there, huh?
Yep.
Okay, well then I gotta go after that one.
I was going to say, you can do it, just know that you're going to get hit, or potentially hit.
Got ya. I wasn't aware that it was right in my face, so yep, we're gonna get the one that's trying to get at me.
Just
like
put your...
tackle it with an
thought,
attack, and then bite the motherfucker.
Okay. All right. You need to roll your CMB, which you will find...
Which one is that?
It'll be below all of your stats on the left-hand side of your paper, I believe.
Okay. Yep. +5.
Okay.
On grapple. +5 on trip. +5 on disarm, and +5 on sunder.
There you go.
And
So
+5 on bull rush.
you need to roll that, and you need to beat a 17 in order to be successful in tackling this beastie.
Okay, so 21 with the modifier.
All right. You just tackled a dinosaur.
Shit.
I didn't get a bite in?
Yeah, you
Is
can
that
bite
automatic?
him. You can bite him. Yeah.
Well, it says the bite is made at your full base attack damage or base attack bonus.
Yeah, you're going to do 3 points of damage to it with a bite. That's pretty ferocious. You little...
Well, what kind of damage does the tackle give? Wouldn't those
It
both?
doesn't. It puts them prone. So, in other words, if any of your companions decide to strike this animal while it's down, they would get a bonus to hit it, a flanking bonus.
Oh.
And
I kind of like where this is going.
And then it also has to, it also has to use actions to get up on its feet, right?
Cool. Okay.
But I mean, you're also talking about a animal that, one of its primary tools is its hind legs, so it doesn't really give a fuck that it's on its back. It's just gonna claw the shit out of you.
All right, I got an elf shield.
It's true. You have an elf baby shield. Tess, you're next. It's your action.
All right. A few questions. First question. Alignment of the dinosaurs probably just neutral. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't think dinosaurs are evil.
No.
Okay. All right, Casey, how's your health?
I have 11 hit points left.
She's
Shit.
fine.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna cure moderate wound.
Okay.
What do I get from that?
She's gonna roll. I believe it's 2d8 plus. It'll be 2d8 plus 3.
Thank you. Cool. 13.
Okay, you gain 13 hit points, Case.
Thank you, Mom.
Yeah, I gave you a nice little forehead kiss and healed you.
I appreciate it.
All right, dinos back in full effect. Andrew, your armor class is
Crap. It's crap.
crap.
It's not existent.
What did you say your armor class was, Andrew? Did you tell me?
My armor class is 10. But I feel like the DM should award me more because
Of the
I do
fleshy,
have an elf.
the fleshy
as
shield you
armor.
have. Well, the DM isn't taking away any points for your attack for
Why
the
wouldn't it?
mystical elf shield. So he's
I
not
don't
granting you any
understand.
defense either.
I don't understand why that's the case because
It's a
as a
neutral.
dwarf, I know how to use shields.
Well,
You know what I mean?
Unfortunately, he's not a dwarven shield.
that's
Yeah,
true.
she's-
I mean,
If
he
it
is
was a-
now.
If it was a dwarf on your chest,
Besides from the
then yes.
dwarven shield.
Well, I think you're the dinosaur that you're fighting, Andrew. I think that for whatever reason, that dinosaur is on the spectrum or something because it's not doing well against you. One of the claws does hit you.
Are you trying to say publicly right now on stream that you, as a DM, just made my amazing dwarven character beat up on a retarded animal?
First of all, I didn't say anything about retarded. Okay, retarded is not. Use that word correctly, sir. It's people like you that use the
I
R
feel
word.
like you should clarify.
The dinosaurs on the spectrum.
Yeah.
Maybe it wants to count your whiskers. That's
Uh-huh.
you got to make it negative. I don't know why. Spectrum counting. You know what? You're taking damage. Okay, that's all there is to it.
It sounds to me like you just re-rolled.
You got 13 points of damage coming to you.
For
Casey,
fucking what?
one foot claw, and one bite.
That's
Kid-
bullshit.
Casey White,
Yeah,
are you crying again?
we're good, but it's my turn.
Well, yeah, the dinosaur's attacking you. What's your armor class?
My armor class is 19.
It hits you once.
Okay.
Apparently, both of these dinosaurs are on the spectrum. Andrew, shut up. 4 points of damage. 4 points of damage. All right, JT, you're talking to the third dinosaur, and that dinosaur stares at you, and it leaps forward to you, hissing and screaming at you in a very dinosaur manner, but it does not bite you.
Yeah, I would be able to understand it, unless it's just hissing.
All right, yeah, it's trying to scare you. It's like, get the fuck away from us. We're trying to eat here. We're trying to eat here, and you're in the way. That's what it's saying. So it's kind of basically like, yeah, you're cool, but we're going to eat your friends.
Okay.
And that brings us to you. As a matter of fact, it is your action. So it's not going to eat you. It's going to eat everybody else. That's what it's saying.
Okay. Well, does he? I guess the duration of the spell is 3 minutes. So
I think that Ben, on the stream, Ben that's watching the stream, put it best just now when he said, I'm amusedly imagining a dwarf with an elf strapped to him, slap fighting a raptor in the mud. I feel like
you're not wrong, man.
I feel like that's exactly what's occurring. In fact,
And I feel like his next comment is about what's going to happen to me. I ordered this half like medium rare. This is clearly medium. Oh, maybe we can do character after today.
Right.
All right.
Jade's gonna.
I'm going to use my. I'm getting frustrated with this dinosaur business, and I'm not trying to sit here and fight raptors and be damaged beyond belief with these things. So,
Lightning.
I'm going to use my storm voice, which comes from being a storm druid. This right here makes my voice peal of thunder and howling winds. It also deafens everybody's. It reduces everybody's perceptions by 3. And creates deafening. And I'm going to stomp my foot because I'm stubborn. Where's that one spell I was going to cast?
Are you going to ask to speak to the manager?
That's pretty much what's going on, yeah. And since that one dinosaur can still understand me and hear me, I'm going to use prestidigitation to amplify my storm voice and the stomp of my foot to reverberate between the two walls. I want a loud, thunderous waboomba as I smash my foot down.
That's too many actions. Pick one or
Is
the
that
other.
too many actions?
Yeah. So you got to cast your spell.
In that case, I'm going to hold action so I can do both of them next turn.
All right, I like it. That I'll allow. I'll allow it.
In that case, I'm going to use this turn to start summoning up all the spells for it.
Okay, very good. Casey.
Yeah.
Your turn.
Okay.
Oops.
Oops, what?
I pushed the wrong button.
Oh. Did you break it?
I always break things.
Yeah. I guess I'm just gonna keep trying to attack this dinosaur that's in my face because the hell else am I gonna do?
Okay, do it.
Alright, so I rolled a 17.
That's gonna hit it.
Then my damage 6 plus 3, 9.
Ooh, nice.
Did I kill the Barney yet?
Not yet. He's
damn it.
bleeding pretty good though. Andrew, you're up.
Yes, sir. trying to figure out what to do here.
All
All right, I'm gonna attack this bastard that's underneath me. I'm just gonna smash him.
Okay. Do it.
Yep.
Do it. You're gonna hit it with a club.
Yeah. So 13 plus. Oh wait. Will saves. Let me see.
If you rolled a 13, you hit it. Because
Yeah, I rolled a 13.
because you've got at least +3 to hit with your rage, because you did last week. I'll help you with that.
But it's a +4. I was wrong last week. I'm at a +4 because we leveled up previously.
That makes sense.
So 13 plus 4, so 17.
Okay, roll your damage. D10 plus your strength.
17 plus base score 13.
No, so you're gonna look at your modified score, which will be
plus
17. Your modified score when you're enraged is a 17, so that's a +3 to damage. So
got ya.
You're gonna roll one d10 and add 3.
1d10.
Yes. Foos roll Karen. Never.
So 7.
Never go full Karen.
So I rolled a 7. So it's an 11.
So
Right.
yeah, 11 points of damage. All right. Bonk. Tess, your turn. Your turn.
Is the barbarian dwarf near me?
Yes.
Okay, I'm a.
You're all right
Shield
there.
of Faith.
What?
I'm gonna hug him and cast Shield of Faith.
Okay.
+2 to his AC.
Okay.
Not
Remember-
gonna do much, but 12's better than 10.
Remember that, Andrew. You've got a 12 and not a 10.
You're welcome.
Okay.
All right.
Andrew, the beast on the ground is going to use a partial action to hop up, and that means it can just bite you. It can't do all of its claws and shit, but it will hit you.
But wait. I think part of my shit is that I can also make a bite attack as part of any action that breaks free from my grapple.
Well, you broke free of the grapple yourself, though.
Oh, fuck.
You know what I mean? Because you stood up and... Sorry.
No, shit.
You
All
take
right.
you take
I'll remember that.
9 points of damage.
Shit. Okay. All right.
Casey, the raptor attacking you goes apeshit. It starts biting you and clawing you, and the next thing you know, that this thing is just all over your ass, like biting. Holy shit!
I'm not your favorite, am I?
This is nasty. Look at this. Wait. Hold on here. There's 16.
16 and a
Nat-
20
Ooh.
and an 11 and a 20.
Oh,
Fuck
God.
me.
Holy shit.
That's
I'm
two
not your favorite beast.
Oh, I
Oh
know.
my god.
I love you, but I just got you 2 natural 20s on you. Oh,
You don't love me. That's not love.
it was love. It was love
I'll do
until.
what I can.
You're killing me with love.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
What's my hit? What's my damage?
It's not gonna
That
be
sounds like-
good. It's not
That sounds
gonna
like
be
something
good
an
at all.
abusive husband would say. I love you, but I rolled a double 20.
That's such a terrible thing for me to laugh at. I can't even believe I'm laughing. Oh my god!
What is it?
This is the part where the husband tries to gaslight the therapist. I'm
Fuck.
telling you, it was her fault.
Okay, what is it?
It'd be
Spit it out.
it's 24 points of damage.
Oh my god.
That's a fucked up bird, man.
Rest in peace.
The halfling was bite
Are you
size.
down?
I only had 19 left.
Oh no.
I'm down and buried.
Oh, she's down and she's so it's gonna eat her. Like it's.
Can I interest you in a dwarven elf shield?
Yeah, it just split her guts right open. Sorry. Gosh. I didn't know that was gonna happen. I feel bad.
Ouch.
All right.
Now my plan doesn't sound so silly, does it?
Sorry.
My plan would have ended up with us riding raptors. You continue to want to fight them.
You're the only one
So
that's
what's
speaks
gonna happen now?
dinosaur.
Oh yeah, that's fine. I'm gonna ride a raptor. Not the rest of you.
What the fuck are we supposed to do? Just try to start growling at them and hope that we don't insult their mother? Like,
I don't know. You could have tried something a little more less aggressive.
I haven't
So-
been
I'm
aggressive.
a
I've been healing
barbarian. What the
people.
hell was I supposed to do?
So
I know it's hard in the face of a raptor. I know.
So basically, Tess, what happens is you see the raptor that the halflings fight. The halfling seems to be doing pretty good at first. Like she hits it a couple of times, it hisses backwards, and then it like nips at her a couple of times, and then you heal her, and then it like backs up a little bit, and then she hits it that last time, and it kind of snarls and like gets this look in its face, and it just fucking pounces on her and just starts tearing her to shit with its claws, its teeth, everything. It just digs into the halfling, and the halfling starts and like
His
you're
halfway
like
body parts going everywhere. It's like the lawyer from Jurassic Park.
right, and you're like, holy shit, what the hell? And then this other raptor that was going to eat JT, but instead just decided, hey, watch us eat your friends. It decides to take a chunk out of your head. Your head. Yeah. What's your armor class?
Not enough. Shit. I was all wrapped up in my spells. Give me a second. 10.
Okay. Yeah, you take 5 points of damage.
Oh, I can handle that. That's fine. Okay.
And that brings us to JT.
Okay, so I'm gonna amend what I was doing a little bit because Storm Voice is a 3rd level ability of being a Storm Druid. It's not a spell being cast. But instead of casting Prestidigitation to amplify that, because Storm Voice just amplifies my voice. That's all it does.
Okay.
And that's all I need. So, with Storm Voice being used, I'm going to cast Calm Animal on the one that is talking to me, or that I've got its attention.
Well, it just turned away from you and attacked Tess.
That's okay. It also targets all animals within 30 feet of the one that I target. My range is 25 feet plus 5 feet every 2 levels, so I've got 30 feet range on this.
Okay.
And it will affect all animals within 30 feet of each other. Are these all within 30 feet?
Oh, yeah. You're
Okay.
all within 30 feet of each other.
Okay. And let's see. This spell soothes and quiets animals, rendering them docile and harmless. Only ordinary animals whose intelligence scores of 1 or 2 can be affected by the spell. All the subjects must make the same kind, and no 2 may be more than 30 feet apart. Number of... Okay, so how many are there?
There's 3.
2d4 plus my caster level. So I would have to roll 2d4 to see how many I can affect. Where's my 4s?
Boom, boom, boom.
And then they will get a... What is it? Do they get a resistance? Yeah.
They should. They should get a will save.
I'm not seeing what save it is. It just says spell resistance. Yes.
It'll be the DC would be 10 plus the level of the spell, plus whatever modifier you would have. So if
10. So it's a level 1 spell.
so that's 11, and then whatever your primary attribute modifier would be, wisdom, I believe.
Which is wisdom, and that's plus 3.
Is it wisdom or charisma with the druid? Is it wisdom?
Wisdom.
Okay. So then DC would be 14.
Yeah. And if there's only 3 of them, I already affect them all just based on my level.
Okay. There, 2 of them are going to be calmed. One of them is not.
Okay.
So 1 to 2, the one on Andrew is not. 2 to 3, the one on Casey is not. Wait.
Doesn't really matter
4.
anymore.
Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 and 6, the one on Tess, and it's 6. So the one on Tess is not affected. The other 2 are both like pop up. The one that was about to do the halfling in pipes up instead of doing that fatal bite on it and looks at you. The one fighting Andrew spins and looks at you. The one fighting Tess, the original one that you talked to, did not seem to care.
And I yell out, "Stay your claws, and we shall stay our hammers. Let us benefit each other."
All right. Casey, it's your turn. You get to bleed.
Save your life.
Yeah.
Casey, you're now Casey, you are now at -6, right?
19 and 24.
-7.
Yep.
-7. It's bleeding profusely, but not dead.
You may as well just
What?
kill me off at this point.
Well, it depends
What?
on.
I just saved you.
Hey, chopped liver.
Yeah, at what point does the character die out, guys? So that I
Yeah,
Neg-
that's kind of what I'm wondering. Like, I'm just suffering here. At this
-10.
-10,
-10.
unbandaged. Yeah.
-10, they die.
Okay.
Unless it's like, if you take massive amounts of damage, sometimes GM will make you do like a fort save versus death. So like if you take 50 hit points in a hit in a single hit, and you only have 45 hit points or something like that, they might say, okay, that cut you in half, or something like that. But I won't do that to level 3 characters. So-
And now, is your heal capabilities on the sheets here? Is that my capability of healing another character, or is that my capability of healing myself?
Your heal is a skill that you can use to stop the bleeding
On myself or on anyone?
on anyone.
Anyone.
Okay.
So the problem
Cool.
is that
But
with
you
her
can
being
have
a
an evil character.
with her being a -7, the DC to stop her bleeding will be a 17. 10 plus the -7, so you have to beat a 17 on a D20, which would be a D20 plus whatever your skill roll would be, if that's what you're going to do. Unless you're just going to free clock the raptor that JT's got stunned.
No, that's what I was asking. I'm trying to figure it out. I don't think it's my turn anyway. Sorry.
No, it is your turn.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, because Casey's turn was to bleed.
How
That's-
far away is the other raptor that's still going aggro on us?
There's one that's right behind you attacking Tess.
And that was the first one that JT had spoken to.
Yes.
All right, I'm going for the heal.
All right.
Wait, actually, before I do that, sorry, one more question. Because I'm enraged right now, does that fuck up my ability to do something like healing that you would have to think for?
In all technicality, it would, yeah. Yeah, but I mean, we're not there yet. You can do it.
All right.
I'll get more strict on you guys about that kind of shit a little bit further. I'm not going to get strict on 3rd level characters on it.
All right, so yep. What the hell? So what does guarded life mean? Can anybody tell me that? That's the only thing I can't figure out.
Don't know what it means.
It says it's a rage power that can do greater guarded life.
I don't know what that means. I will have to look that up.
Did I look that up really quick just in case it's something I can use?
I
for
guarantee
safety?
it has nothing to do with this.
Nothing. Okay. All right, so I'm going for a heal on Casey's character.
DC is 17, so just roll your D20 and add whatever your heal skill is.
Yeah, it only works for you. It doesn't work for anyone else.
I don't know if you guys can see this. Hold on. You can't see it. None of these. This guy here. I'm not rolling it.
Well, look at there.
Nice.
Look at there.
Shit.
Motherfuckers.
Look at that. The drooling, angry. See, this is why I shouldn't be nice and say you can do that stuff. Man, I can't even kill anybody. Too nice. All right. In the middle of your rage, you're able to focus and heal. Don't fucking bleed anymore. Pressure here. Stop the bleeding. You're not going to bleed to death.
As just a request, I would like to stop the bleeding using the elf.
Okay. All right. You literally just shove the elf's top knot into her gaping wound in her chest, plugging up the wound.
That'll do, Elf.
That'll do, pig. All right, Tess, your turn.
All right.
You have a dinosaur in your face.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast Cause Fear on that dinosaur. Will save DC 14.
Okay. Do you have combat casting?
I don't know what that is.
It just will stop you from getting an attack of opportunity to cast a spell.
Oh.
Because otherwise you get an attack of opportunity because this thing's biting you right now. So you're going to cast a spell, it's going to bite you one more time.
That's fine. It can bite me one more time.
Oh, it bites you. All right. Okay. You're bit for 7 points of damage. And then what's my DC for fear?
14.
And it's running away.
Fuck yes.
All right.
All right.
So that is 2,400 XP. The dinosaurs scatter and run away. You guys are 100% certain that you have not seen the last of them. They have been spelled and they have been tricked, but they will probably be back because they are hungry. But no one died. So you got 2,400 XP, and that will end the session for the evening.
I am master of the beast of the land.
It's 10:30. That's it. That's all we got time for, folks.
Perfect timing.
Right?
It is.
Nice.
Okay, that's it. We will be back same bat time, same bat channel next Sunday, 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Thank you all for tuning in and watching. Ben, it's good to see you again. OTDA, whoever you are, thanks for stopping by and saying hi. This has been Bagman Gaming's Pathfinder session, sponsored by Crypto Comics, which is a digital comic book company you should definitely support. CryptoComics.com. Anybody want to say anything to your fans?
Thanks for stopping by, everybody.
Bye. We love you. Thank you. We'll see you next time.